Hi, everybody. While we spend what seems like endless hours locked inside our homes, trying to balance our work responsibilities, our home responsibilities, and maybe even our fears, it's important now more than ever that we take care of ourselves. In a minute, I'm going to read to you my favorite children's story, All the Places to Love by Patricia, MacLachlan. I want you to think about a place that brings you joy, warms your heart, or refreshes your soul. It could be a warm sandy beach, or a mountaintop, or a stroll in the woods, or maybe even your favorite lazy boy recliner. I want you to hold that place in your mind while I read this story. On the day I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. She held me up in the open window, so what I heard first was the wind. What I saw first were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over rocks, the hilltop where the blueberries grew. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he saw me, he cried. He carved my name Eli on a rafter beside his name and my grandmother's name and the names of my mama and papa. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk through the meadows and the hayfields. The cows watched us and the sheep scampered. The dogs ran ahead, looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is the soil so sweet, he said. Once, Papa lay down in the field holding hands, and the birds surrounded us. Raucous black grackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats down the river to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. We jumped from rock to rock across the river to where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path and trillium bloomed. Under the beech tree was a soft, rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm when I touched it. When spring rains came and the meadows turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards and killdeers called. Ducks nestled by marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, his shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. Sometimes we climbed to the place Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother, to the sky an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land and bears came to get fruit. And wild turkeys left footprints for us to find, like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sunrise on one side and the sunset on the other? My grandfather's barn is sweet smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Grandfather once lived in the city, and once he lived by the sea, but the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? Today we wait, him sitting on a wooden slat chair and me on the hay, until much later my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep, and my grandfather cries. Together we carved the name Sylvie in the rafter, besides the names of my grandmother and grandfather and my mama and papa and me. My sister is born. Someday I might live in the city. Someday I might live by the sea. But soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages down rivers in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill, trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where ducklings follow their mother like tiny tumbles of leaves. I want you to close your eyes now. I want you to think about that favorite place. Pay no attention to my rooster. What do you see in your favorite place? What sounds can you hear? Does it have a smell? Can you feel it? Can you taste your favorite place? There will be plenty of bumps in this road while we figure out our new normal. But take a moment. When it gets hard, close your eyes and drift away to your favorite place. Now, I'm going to show you the place I love most, my farm. Oh wait, did you think it would be today? This video's been long enough already. I'll see you all soon.